Good day, everyone. My name is FARIDA TANOG. I am a secondary teacher at Poblacion Pulmolog National High School and a second year student of Mindanao State University, General Santos City School of Graduate Studies. Currently, I am enrolled in the subject Reading 245, which is Practicum in Teaching Reading. By the subject itself, or by the subject description itself, this subject suggests all about the application of all what we've learned in other subjects. This subject requires us to craft and conduct our own reading intervention plan to our target learners. This video is open to all reading teachers to give their opinion and useful comments as to how I should improve my intervention so that it will be more effective to my target learners for the next school year. To start with, I am going to present my RIFP or Reading Intervention Plan so that you can follow the process of my implementation. So for the brief introduction, the Reading Instruction Field Practicum or RIFP is a vital component of Reading 245 course. Practicum in Teaching Reading at Mindanao State University. This hands-on experience bridges theory and practice, allowing graduate students like us to enhance our expertise in giving and crafting reading instruction. Over the 6 weeks, participants conducted 12 hours of in-person classroom teaching, identifying students' reading strengths and needs while implementing evidence-based interventions tailored to diverse linguistic, cultural, and literacy backgrounds. A central aspect of RIFP is collaboration with reading specialists. In my case, my reading specialist is our also reading coordinator in our school, Ma'am Sandra Lee Castadio. So she provided me with guidance to refine my instructional strategies on what to improve, what needs to be reviewed. So she served a huge role with my weekly logs or the field notes. The Service Learning Initiative enables participants to serve struggling readers while developing their skills in planning, assessment, and intervention. The practicum culminates in a portfolio showcasing instructional outcomes where students present their findings and strategies. Through this comprehensive program, participants gain valuable teaching experience, strengthen their commitment to literacy advocacy, and make a meaningful impact on student achievement in reading. Next, let's proceed to the reader's reading profile. So, I have here 7 participants. I labeled them as student A, student B, C, D, E, F, and G. So when I conducted the baseline assessment in this reading intervention plan, I made sure, of course, to conduct it in the whole class so that they will not feel ashamed as to why they are the only ones who are included in my intervention. Among my 35 students in grade 11 Socrates, several struggle significantly with reading, even if they are already in grade 11, requiring the most assistance in this area. During the Phil Erie assessment, while most demonstrated the ability to pronounce individual words correctly, some displayed certain difficulties with certain words, such as may, psychological anesthesia, and suffering. These challenges indicate gaps in decoding skills and vocabulary familiarity. Although some students attempt self-correction, which shows a level of awareness and effort to improve, it is not always sufficient to ensure accurate pronunciation as well as comprehension. One student in particular admitted to reading at a very slow pace and expressed a lack of confidence, even refusing to recite orally in class. So it means no, that they may have or they might have self-esteem issues, or the fear of making mistakes in front of their peers. They are afraid that they may be laughed at. So, which could further hinder their progress in reading. The Phil-Erie pretest results classified these students as being at the frustration level. This means that the reading materials are far beyond their independent reading capacity, leading to struggles with fluency, comprehension, and vocabulary. These findings emphasize the need for focused intervention, including strategies to enhance their fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension skills. Building their confidence through supportive and engaging activities will also be crucial to improving their overall reading abilities. Next, I have here my reading intervention plan. So this plan is good for over the 6 weeks period. So I have here phases of institutionalization. I have also the objectives, activities, or strategies that I've used, the materials, the time frame, as well as the place of contact and the field notes of my reading specialist. So for the discussion of my reading intervention plan, it aims to enhance students' literacy skills through structured and engaging activities over 6 weeks. So again, my intervention plan is based on the spaced repetition learning strategy. So this plan focuses on improving vocabulary, reading comprehension, and fluency. I focus on the three since in that component, no, my students are not so good at it. In weeks 1 and 2, the emphasis is on vocabulary building and enrichment. So it is a good practice first to define their unfamiliar words before going through and proceed to read the whole text. So students begin by listing unfamiliar words from the story that they've read. Also, I would like to stress out that in weeks 1 up to week number 6, I've only used one material only. So going back and using or in finding their unfamiliar words, I let them also to use dictionaries to discover to find the meaning of the unfamiliar words. So these strategies are designed to foster curiosity and mastery of new words in both Filipino and English context, since the dictionary that they use is Filipino English dictionary. So it enhances their foundational language skills. In weeks 3 to 6, there is a shift focused to reading comprehension and fluency. Learners practice summarizing stories in another language. So I let them use their first language, especially if they're having a hard time to express themselves or to use or to find the right English word. So the materials that I've used, we have activity sheets, laptop, recording devices, and others. Weekly assessments through peer evaluations and scoring rubrics track progress. The culmination activities conducted at designated venues or areas like the Reading Hub emphasize collaboration, self-expression, and continuous literacy growth. This intervention plan exemplifies an effective framework for fostering reading proficiency, incorporating creative methodologies, and addressing diverse learner needs. Next, I've used two reading assessment tool as a baseline for my assessment. So the first one is the core reading maze comprehension test, in which it measures students' silent reading comprehension by focusing solely on the text. After the first sentence, every seventh word is replaced with three options, the correct word and two distractors. Students choose the word that best fits the passage's context. This method assesses both reading fluency and comprehension in a structured and text-based manner. So this is an example of the text passage coming from the core reading maze comprehension. So it is labeled from grades 1 to 10, depending on the grade level. Another assessment tool that I've used as a baseline is the Phil-Erie. So the PhilErie is an initiative of the Bureau of Learning Delivery, Department of Education that directly addresses its thrust to make every Filipino child a reader. It is anchored on the flagship program of the department, Every Child a Reader program, which aims to make every Filipino child a reader and a writer at his or her grade level. The PhilErie is an informal reading inventory composed of graded passages designed to determine the individual student's performance in oral reading, silent reading, and listening comprehension. These three types of assessments aim to find the student's independent instructional and frustration levels. The data from these measures could be used to design or adjust classroom small group or individualized instruction to fit the student's needs and abilities. The PhilErie is not the sole assessment tool that provides the holistic reading performance of the students. That's why it is important to not just depend on PhilErie and use also another assessment tools. So the data shall also serve as one of the bases in planning, designing, or redesigning the reading programs or activities in the school to improve the overall school reading performance. So the entire starter package of PhilErie materials consists of the manual, group screening test in Filipino, because it is not just only in English. So from grades 3 to 6, they also have from grades 4 to 6, passages from grades 2 to 7, and so on. Okay, this is an example of a text passage and the questions in the PhilErie package. Now let's proceed to the pretest and post-test result. So the pretest, the results of the grade 11 students' pretest and post-test scores demonstrate a significant improvement in their performance, highlighting the effectiveness of the learning intervention. Each student exhibited substantial progress with post-test scores ranging from 32 to 35 compared to pretest scores of 9 to 70. The largest improvement was observed in student E, who increased her score by 26 points, while the smallest improvement came from student A, who still achieved a notable 17-point gain. Students improved by more than 20 points on average, indicating a consistent trend of enhanced understanding and mastery of the subject matter. These results underscore the instructional strategy's success, suggesting that the teaching methods or the strategies were highly impactful in addressing learning gaps and fostering academic growth among the students. The data serve this data serves as a compelling indicator of the potential for targeted intervention to elevate overall student achievement. In conclusion, the reading instruction field practicum highlights the critical importance of mastering reading as a foundational skill for academic success and lifelong learning. Through this program, it becomes evident that students' ability to read fluently and comprehend effectively is not only a gateway to other subjects but also a key factor in their confidence and engagement in learning. The practicum serves as a reminder that focusing on reading interventions is essential, especially for struggling readers, to ensure that they do not fall behind in their educational journey. This experience has been an eye opener, emphasizing the need to prioritize reading development from a young age. Early intervention can prevent future challenges and lay the groundwork for strong literacy skills, which are vital for success in school and beyond. When children are given the tools and support to master reading early, they are better equipped to tackle complex tasks and ideas as they progress through their education. The practicum also reinforces the responsibility of educators to provide targeted and evidence based reading instruction tailored to the diverse needs of their students. By investing time and effort into helping students build their reading skills, educators can make a lasting impact on their academic performance and self confidence. Overall, the RIFP underscores the importance of nurturing strong reading abilities from an early age, and the need for dedicated programs that empower both teachers and students to succeed. And for the last page, we have here the references. And that's all. Thank you so much for listening.